So I'm really just happy to see y'all. It's just good to see you because like Reverend Love said that, you know, you could have been a lot of places. And those that come through the rain, as they say, through the storm, it must be a reason you came through that rain and that storm. And it may or may not necessarily be to hear me. It might be something as I'm speaking that the Lord speaks to you.
Amen.
Because that's what time it is.
Amen.
At the end of the day, we're going to have a personal relationship with the Lord.
Amen.
That's what time it is. And even as we train our kids, we have to train them the same way. We have to not only pray for our kids and cover them, but we also should teach them to have a personal relationship with the Lord. Because out in this society, there's a lot of peer pressure. There are people who are influencing our kids, you know, to do this and do that. And on normal circumstances, you would say, my kid wouldn't do it. But I'm here to tell you that there's a lot of influences of the world. And so the TV is so powerful. You know, it ain't quite as simple as it used to be. The music videos are so powerful. The internet, YouTube, and Facebook, and Twitter, I mean, everything is so powerful. And social media definitely is making impact. All right? Matter of fact, some people say things on their social networking pages and stuff they really wish they hadn't said.
That's right.
Amen.
They post things and they really wish they hadn't posted.
That's right.
Sometimes it becomes a security issue and their houses are broken in. Sometimes it becomes a political issue because they might decide to do something in the community and somebody said, but your Facebook page had you doing this, saying that, and pardon, and you even look like you had a joint in your mouth.
Lord,
oh, what you talking about? So the bottom line is we must be wise. We must use some wisdom as we move about the things that have been provided to us in technology. Because just because it's technologically, it don't mean that it's sound wisdom for us to participate in. But then there are some things that are sort of like the bedrock of democracy. And when you talk about the bedrock of democracy, you talk about voting. You talk about political education. You talk about the fact that, you know, when Martin Luther King and Coretta Scott King and Fannie Lou Hamer, you know, Martin and so many civil rights movement, John Lewis, Andrew Young, the great Hosea Williams, and others, Reverend gathered in churches, and they had these meetings. And they had these mass meetings where they, you know, make sure that the energy in the room was high, and the Spirit of the Lord was there. But they took that time to educate the masses of the people as to what time it was. It was time for a change. It was time for freedom. You know, but freedom ain't free. Subsequently, there must be sacrifices that we make in order for us to be successful in this society. Now, they would have you believe that you can make it if you just take care of your little old family and don't worry about nobody else. I'm taking care of my family. But what we are talking about now is what's needed in our community is a human family, a connection. Because there are too many kids that don't have parents that have the same consciousness that we have. So you got to reach out beyond your little family and reach out to your community. And some of these communities don't quite look like what you think they should look like. Some of these communities we have here in Atlanta are devastated. Houses boarded up, grass high, senior citizens living on streets with only one house besides their house has an occupant in it. Crime is rampant in our communities. People are being victimized, and now people are bold and bold. They now don't even care if you're at home. They will home invade you. Home invade you. So what it is the society has people going wild. But at the same time, we got to lean on the Lord as to which way we should go. Because He will help us. And what I'm also here to tell you is to dream. I'm here to tell you to dream big. I'm here to tell you, do not let the economy squeeze your dream. Because the economy tells you that you can't do the thing that you thought you was going to do. But who is it in this room that's willing to limit God? Who is it that's not willing to God and believes that God is not able? Okay, that God is able. So even though, and a lot of people who have the fortune, as I would say, since I'm a Christian woman, to know the Lord and have a relationship with the Lord, I understand that sometimes, you know, people say, well, that's happening in the society. But sometimes Christians, you have a special thing that you don't know. See, the Lord is on your side. That's the light. That's the truth. But the question today is not whether or not the Lord is on your side. The question is whether or not you're on the Lord's side.
Say that. Say that.
And if you're on the Lord's side, he will be with you, because he said, when 2 or 3 are gathered in my name,
Amen.
so am I in the midst of you.
Amen.
Subsequently, he is with us, so do not put your dreams on the shelf.
All right.
I'm here to tell you to take your dreams off the shelf and put them into action.
Amen.
You know, and it may not look like you want it to look, but the Lord still can work it out for you.
That's right.
See, while we're trying to work it out, the Lord already done figured the whole thing out.
Amen.
Because he is the great architect, the great engineer, and the great planner.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all don't hear me.
Yes, sir. Good word. That's a good word.
You know what I'm saying? So what it is when you look at what's going on in society, they don't even want you to vote. They want you to be overwhelmed with your job. They want you to be overwhelmed with your children. They want you to be overwhelmed with everything in the world.
Yeah.
Besides making sure democracy works for you.
Amen.
See, it was stated earlier that in democracy, voting is a great equalizer.
That's right.
All right?
That's right.
As well as in poverty, education is a great equalizer.
That's right.
All right? So no matter what your social economic status is, the bottom line is we need some education.
That's right.
All right? We need some learning. You know, and I'm not necessarily talking just about learning from the Atlanta public school system or the Fulton County, the CAB school system. I'm talking about we need some learning in the church house.
Yeah.
All right? We need some learning in the community house.
That's right.
Yeah.
We need independent black schools that we began to deal with on Saturday, educating our kids to who they are.
Amen.
Because these kids have been hit with a blow in Atlanta.
Lord.
They've been hit with a blow now.
All right.
I mean, it is not a normal situation for kids to wake up and they be on the news being called cheaters. Teachers that they loved and cared about being called cheaters and threatened to go to jail.
Lord.
All right? Principals expelled because they participated in something because they felt that they had pressure from somebody to do something illegal.
Amen.
Oh, wait a minute.
All right.
I think this says, as for me, I will walk in my integrity.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think y'all hear.
Yes, sir.
As for me, I will walk in my integrity.
Amen.
And bottom line, there will be many decisions that you will have to make in life. But the decision you have to make is, are you going to walk in the integrity of the Lord?
Amen.
And say, as for me and my household,
Yeah.
I'm going to serve the Lord.
Amen.
So you're not going to get me to do a lot of old crazy things, you know, just because the world is doing it.
Amen.
See, I've been around a little bit. I've been tested.
All right.
But no test, no testimony.
Lord,
I've took some punches, y'all. You
All
understand what I'm saying?
I heard you.
When you live in a community like English Avenue and Vine City, it toughens you up a little bit.
Amen.
Because you can't be too soft.
That's right.
Because people, things, and situations are moving so fast, they try to run over you.
That's
Right?
Advantage of it.
So we kind of, you know, you got to have tough love, okay, but you got to have love just the same.
Amen.
All right, so sometimes in this situation when I'm in this community, people say, well, why do you bother to even speak up on that issue or the other? Why don't you just let the elected officials do it? Well, I'm here to tell you, I'm not going to put my faith in the hands of an elected official, and I used to be one.
Amen.
Oh, y'all don't hear me.
Me.
And bottom line, you better put your faith in the Lord.
Amen.
And pray for that elected official that he will put his faith in the Lord.
Amen.
And that we will work together to come up with
Talk
what he said,
strongly.
a plan
Yeah.
that will help deliver our people out of the madness it is.
Yes.
And that they will be strong enough and believe enough of themselves and their wholeness and blackness and humanity that they will make right decisions of public policy that does affect us every day.
Yeah, sure you're right.
See, because the bottom line, the elected officials are making policies every day.
That's right.
But do their policies, are they in the interest
Yeah.
of the people or the interest of somebody else?
Yeah. That's it.
Because sometimes there's
Yeah.
a situation where people who give you the most money, they also spend a lot of time in your ear.
That's right.
Oh, you don't hear me.
That's right.
I can eat in the General Assembly. I can eat every day of
Yeah.
365 days.
Yeah.
There's a lobbyist available to take me and my friends to lunch or dinner.
Listen.
Make
Okay?
it plain.
All right?
Listen.
And so you may not be in touch with me, but they in touch with me.
Amen.
And they have a particular agenda they want.
They
They
got
have
a
an
vision.
interest in an issue.
That's right.
And they want me to use the power that you gave me in their interest.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
So you have to actually understand this thing a little bit better and not sort of worship the elected official, but pray with and for the elected
Amen.
official that they will do the right thing in the interest of your children
Amen.
and your children's children, and they will not make government be so hard on you.
Amen.
But
That's a
at
good
the end
word.
of the day,
That's a good word.
Nothing
That's it,
shall
that's
be
it,
upon
that's
his
it.
shoulders.
All right.
Okay, you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, so if you